Hey everyone, Connie here. And holy shit, this poll has been probably the biggest poll we've had, probably the most voted on and the most back and forth. Let me just bring it up real quick. There we go. So as you can see, our winner is going to be Zombieland Saga, but let's talk about this for just a quick second here. This poll one has 123 votes, which is huge for this channel. I mean, for a lot of channels, that's nothing. But for this channel, that's a lot. Um, and let me explain. So at the very beginning, when this poll first went live and everything, you guys were actually very even on it. Like, it was very even. Like, within one, everything was being voted on, and everything was like in one point of each other. And then after time, Young Justice Outsiders took the lead for a very short time before Bob's Burgers and Zombieland Saga began fighting for the lead. And after they were no longer even anymore, those two just kept going back and forth. Um, at one point, Zombieland Saga would be in the lead. At one point, Bob's Burgers would be in the lead. And they kept trading off and everything. I thought Young Justice Outsiders was going to win this. I thought that it was a shoo-in because of how much people have been asking me to get back to that and everything. Hilda and Justice League Action, I kind of didn't expect to win as much, to be fair. But the Young Justice Outsiders, I thought was a shoo-in. I did not expect the votes to go this way. Just yesterday, Bob's Burgers had kind of a pretty notable league over Zombieland Saga too. And then it's like I log in today to make the video expecting Bob's Burgers to still be in the lead, and all of a sudden Zombieland Saga's taken the lead again. And there's about like 20 more votes than there was when I checked yesterday. So it's like, holy shit. It just is back and forth, back and forth. And it's like, I don't mind that. I think that's actually pretty great. It shows that there's a lot of fans for both of those shows and for all of these shows. Every show got a notable amount of votes. Like, compared to what we normally get on this channel for these polls, like, even our bottom one, Justice League Action, getting 9 votes, that's still something for this channel. So, thank you all so much for voting and for being so passionate about these shows. The fact that it has gone back and forth like this shows that there's been a lot of excitement over the possibility of reacting to these. Now, Bob's Burgers and these other shows will be on future polls and stuff. But yeah, our winner this time around is Zombieland Saga, just because today is the day I was planning on ending it, as well as getting to some other stuff I've been putting off. And Zombieland Saga happened to have the most votes when I logged in to record this and everything. But barely, to be honest. Look at how close it is. 42 to 37. Like, that's very close. Now, as I said before, I know a little about Zombieland Saga. I know that there's a trans character in it. I know what the character looks like, but that's about it. I don't know much of anything else about the character. I know the general idea behind the series, and I have seen like 2 different scenes before. I know the series is basically about these like young girls who had died in some way, shape, or form, and now they're zombies and they're forming an idol group or something like that. There's the 2 scenes I have seen. There's one that's a rap battle. I don't remember too much about it, but yeah, it was a rap battle between 2 of the girls, I guess. I've also seen that in memes. And the other scene is when one of the girls is hit by a truck, presumably when she's killed. Yeah, it's like she's leaving the house in the morning for school, and she like walks out her front yard and everything, and then all of a sudden truck just pow right into her, kind of like Mean Girls style. That's all I know, though. I don't know the context behind anything with these scenes. I don't know how anything goes. I don't know. But this is one I have been kind of interested to check out. When I first heard about it, I wasn't super interested, but after the hype and everything, it's like, yeah, I mean, I could check it out. I have no issue with the idea. And Rarity Dash has reacted to it. Yeah, I just don't know what to expect from it. Now, here is something we're going to do new for this poll. Since we already did something new with this poll by having me just choose the options instead of having them be randomized, we're going to do something else new for this poll. That's, again, this is not going to carry over to other polls, but just to make it easier, if I don't end up liking Zombieland Saga, if I end up dropping it, then we're just going to move down the poll. So if I don't like Zombieland Saga, if I do end up dropping it, we'll then switch it to Bob's Burgers instead. And if for some reason I don't end up liking Bob's Burgers, we'll switch it to Young Justice Outsiders at that point. And so on and so forth, though, to be honest, we would probably stick with Young Justice Outsiders. And the reason for this is simply just not to waste any time with this slot. So we can just keep going and so we can get back to things in the future again with this slot. So yeah, that way we just make sure we don't, stick to something too long. As I've stated, like, this is basically taking place of free season 2 for now, because I want to watch the movie beforehand, which takes place prior to the events of season 1. I was confirmed on. I want to watch that beforehand and before I watch season 2. And so this is basically taking its place for now. So I planned to have, after this show, to get back to season 2. And again, so that way we don't have to hold another poll and put it off longer. This way we'll just be like, oh, if I don't end up liking this, we'll go straight into the next show on the list. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Like, I never want that to happen. We're going to hopefully rely on the idea that we're going to get to Zombieland Saga and enjoy it. Now, I don't know exactly when we're going to start the show. Probably not until the beginning of next week. Because I want to get to a couple other things today. So I don't think I'll be able to get to it today. And then, of course, weekends, I can't really get to much of anything. So, yeah. We'll just see how it goes. We'll take it as it goes. And just kind of, well, go from there. Because, as you know, our shows are unscheduled. We don't do schedules anymore. So, yeah. That's the general plan. I hope you guys are excited for this. I mean, I know a lot of you will be because a lot of you voted on this. For those of you who voted for Bob's Burgers or whatever else, again, these will be on future polls, and if I don't like Zombieland Saga, Bob's Burgers will just come up right away. One thing with Bob's Burgers, I know it's like a few seasons, I think like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something like that. We would only be doing one season at a time, like with pretty much any show. And we'd come back to like season 2 and stuff later. And that's if we like it enough and everything. Just letting you know ahead of time, that's how it would go for that. But yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much for voting on the poll and making it such a big poll for the channel. So for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.